Border Czar Tom Homan joins me now. Oh, welcome back, Tom Homan. Are you having trouble recruiting? Is that why you have to offer $50,000?
No, we're not having trouble recruiting. Matter of fact, Border Patrol had the highest recruiting numbers they've had in the history of the agency. And ICE, look, I talked about last night, I used to have a LinkedIn account, but it got jammed up with thousands and thousands of emails of retired ICE agents, retired Border Patrol agents, retired law enforcement, retired military want to come back and just shut down the system. So no, we have no lack of it, but like Griff just talked about, 4 years we had record early retirements, record number of people resigning because they weren't allowed to enforce the laws they're supposed to enforce or uphold the oath they took. So we got to bring 10,000 on quickly, and right now we got about 5,000 on duty. So you're talking about tripling the workforce. So offering the incentives bring people to the table quicker, we get them through the process quicker. Unfortunately, I don't get that incentive. I'm already back here, so I get none of that. But the men and women that want to come back and serve, and look, they're busy. They're working 7 days a week, 24/7. These men and women working hard. So this is a great incentive, and they earn it. They deserve it. Because like Griff just said, threats and assaults are up over 800%. It's a dangerous job.
It is. According to a new Fox poll, nearly 60% want to deport only illegal migrants accused of a crime. Just 29% say they want to deport them all, and 49% say efforts by ICE are too aggressive. Tom, it seems that a lot of people don't want to deport non-violent aliens. Nearly half think you're too aggressive. What's your answer to those two opinions?
Well, that poll, first of all, I disagree with the poll, but if there's any change in polls, it's because of false narrative being pushed by 95% of the media. I read stories every morning. ICE is arresting criminals. ICE is, separating families. ICE is deporting U.S. citizens. ICE is disappearing, or people from the streets. The facts are this. I looked at numbers every morning. First thing I do when I get to the White House, I look at the numbers. Here's where we're at. 70% of everybody we arrest are criminals. Who's your remaining 30%? They're national security threats. They might not have a criminal conviction because they lay low, waiting for them to do their dirty deeds. So the other 30% are national security threats. There are people with final orders deportation. A federal judge has ordered them deported after billions of dollars in due process. If we don't deport these people ordered by the federal courts, then what the hell are we doing? Just shut down the immigration court. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Take the Border Patrol off the border because there's no consequences. No. 70% are public safety threats. The rest are national security threats, final orders, and gang members and such like that. So we're doing exactly what we said we're going to do, with the false media keeps painting this false picture. That's why we need to get out there more and talk to American people exactly what we're doing. The data speaks for itself.
But there is strong political support, I would say, for not deporting non-violent aliens. I mean, guys working on a farm or working in construction in Florida, they're here illegally, but a lot of people don't want to deport them. What say you?
Okay, well, look, I've done this for 40 years. If the message we want to send is this, if the message we want to send, okay, cross the border illegally, it's a crime, don't worry about it. Have due process at billions of dollars at taxpayer expense, and have a federal judge order you deported, but don't worry about it. We're not going to deport you unless you're convicted of a serious crime. If that's the message we send to the whole world, you're never going to fix this problem, right? The reason we have the most secure border in the history of this nation is because the Border Patrol is doing their job and we end in catch release, but it's also because the world's seeing that you have consequences. When you violate our laws and you're ordered removed by a federal judge, we're removing you. And that consequence, these operations we're doing in the interior every day, has a lot to do with having the most secure border in our lifetime. And if we keep sending that message, there's no consequences, more women and children will die crossing the border. Border Patrol still get overwhelmed. More fentanyl comes across to kill Americans. More non-suspected terrorists in the country. We got to have a secure border, and you can't have a secure border if you don't have strong interior enforcement to show consequences for violating our laws.
All right, Tom Homan, we hear you. Thanks for being with us this morning from the White House. We know you're busy, but thanks for being here. Appreciate it, Tom. I'll see you later.
You got it.